Wow, that is some serious driving. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bricks and Toys. My name is Brandon, and you guys just caught me catching up on some highlights of Ayrton Senna's career. Ayrton Senna is the theme of today's build, but before we get into what we are doing with Lego and Ayrton Senna, I just want to tell you a little bit about the man himself. For all the American folk out there, Ayrton Senna was to F1 what Dale Earnhardt is to NASCAR for us. He was a phenomenal driver. I just really like watching his clips of his driving. He had a really unique way to get the most out of a car, and this is back in the day to where the cars weren't so computer guided as they are now in F1. It's just an amazing thing to watch. He clearly had the slower car, but his blocking kept the people behind him, and he took the win. There's just so many scenarios of this, plus the way that he wouldn't think twice to go out of his way to help another driver. He did start racing with Lotus in the mid to late 80s, but he did not get his success until he joined the Honda-powered McLaren MP4-4, which again will come up later in today's build when I introduce it. When he got behind the wheel of that car, he took home 3 championships. One in 88, the year that my brother was born, one in 1990, and one in 91, the year that I was born. Unfortunately, he did lose his life at the age of 34 with Michael Schumacher right behind him, and he lost control of his Williams-powered car, and it's a really sad sight. I actually have a quote over here on my computer that I would like to read about him talking about joining Williams and testing with the car and everything to do with that. And he did say that it's going to be a season of lots of accidents. I'll risk saying that we'll be lucky if something really serious does not happen. Now, Formula One drivers, they often say little cliche things like that when their car's not performing right. But just the fact that he said that, and then in that car, I'm not sure if it was before the race, but definitely in that season, he died. And that's just really, really sad. Now, on an interesting side note, he did drive the Williams F1 car, and Williams is actually a team nowadays that is just a very hollow shell of what it once was. It is very crazy to think, in modern day standards, a driver of the talent of Ayrton Senna climbing behind the wheel of a Williams. But at that time, Williams was still pretty freaking decent. In contrast, Lewis Hamilton moving to Ferrari is kind of like the same move that Senna made going to Williams. That's enough about the driver. I mean, I could talk all day about the things that he's done, podiums, wins, all that kind of stuff. But let's talk about today's build. Now, today's build is a Icons build. This is the brand new March 2024 release, one of the ones I'm super excited about. I'll get to more of that in just a second. This is the 18 and older 10330 693 piece set. Now, this is the McLaren MP4-4 and Ayrton Senna. He did bag his 3 championships in 88, 90, and 91, driving for McLaren. So that is why they chose this vehicle and not his Lotus from before, or his Williams that he was driving at the time of death. Now, what's really cool about this set is it does come with his minifigure. They made a minifigure of Ayrton Senna. Along with that, it comes with a little stand with a plaque. That is really freaking cool. This is a set that I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a weird response to once it's done. But up on the foremost and on the front of everything with this set, I am surprised that it's here. I heard about it coming down the grapevine middle to late last year, and I was like, there ain't no way in hell Lego is going to go out of their way and honor Ayrton Senna. Why would they? Are they really going to go that far back? Well, I mean, this is awesome because they actually did. And not only did they do it, we have these really cool new elements, what looks to be the slick tires, and we got that minifig of the Brazilian driver himself. So, I mean, it's just incredible that they did this. Now, you are going to notice some issues with the car. We'll talk more about that in the review. But there's a blatantly missing sponsor on the car. And if you guys watch motorsports and collect die-cast cars, you guys will already know the deal. You can't put tobacco and alcohol products on a toy racing car because then that's soliciting tobacco and alcohol to minors, and they cannot do it. Being a Dale Earnhardt family, I grew up Dale Earnhardt Jr. all the way, and I have a car from 20 years ago, and guess what it says on the side? It says Earnhardt Jr. on the side in the Budweiser font. Just like with this, we're going to see McLaren in the place of where we should see Marlboro. Now, I don't think Lego would ever consider doing this with a Marlboro sponsor, and I don't blame them. Now, I do want to bring you guys in and open up this box and see what we have in terms of the build, but let's just get a good look at the back of the box really quick. We are going to expect this to be about 5 inches tall and about 12.5 inches long. It's going to be definitely different of the Icons vehicles variety that we're used to. Going back to the front, 693 pieces, it's roughly double the Speed Champions of what we would get for one of those type of cars. So, 12 by 5 should be pretty decent. Let's bring you guys in, let's open up this box, and let's see what we have in terms of the build. We don't have any tape to cut like we normally do with these type of builds. So we do have punch tab, but I'm going just to cut it open anyway. Just like that. And get this thing opened. Now let's do our pour. Up, I hear some tires. And there's our book. And so that is everything inside of the box. Now looking at the contents of the box, looking right at the back of the book, and I noticed something right off the top. There is an Ayrton Senna Institute. With this product, you support education. That's probably how they got the licensing to do this build, is to use part of the proceeds of using his name on the build to benefit education. So, you know what? Great cause. Awesome. We do have our QR code. And just quickly diving into the book, we can see we have 176 building steps and 107 pages. Here we have the bags in front of us. I'm going to say 6 to 7 bags. Let's go ahead and count them out. We have a 1, we have 2, we have 3, 4. I see our wheels and our stickers. 5 and 6. So we have 6 bags total. Here we have those new wheel elements that we will look closer to on the review. I am super excited about these. They feel really sticky. They are dual molded. They got a good bounce to them. Really, really awesome. We are going to mention when we review the set that they are the same width, where back in this day the tires were about 50% wider in the rear. But I'm not going to be picking things like that apart because I'm so thankful that we're even to this point. Here we do have a sticker sheet of what looks to be 8 stickers. A lot of them are double. The 12 is a double, the Shell is a double, the Shell logo is a double, and the McLaren logo is a double. So total, we probably have about 12 stickers in total. I do see some printed elements in the bag. Let's go ahead and let's just go straight to the review. I am not going to do a time lapse on this. If I see anything cool, I will stop and pop in with the camera. But if not, we will go straight into the review. The set is built. It was a lot of fun. Now I have quite a few things to share with you guys. Let's start off with the minifigure and let's work our way down through the car. I think there's some interesting things that I might be overanalyzing. So starting off, we do have this nice brick built podium, which is really nice. We do have this sticker element on what looks to be a 4x4 tile. It says, no matter what your dream is, you have to dedicate yourself entirely to it. Ayrton Senna. I really, really believe in that. As a YouTube content creator for the last year, I've had to really stay dedicated to this, and I'm hoping it pays off. Paid off for him. Anyway, continuing on, we do have his helmet. It is held on by a Lego element, of course. It has that awesome print that he is known for with the blue, green, and the yellow, along with his brand logo. That is really, really nice. He is also holding a pearl gold trophy with a light brown brick on the bottom to represent the base of the trophy. Looking at his torso, you can see he has leg print and front torso print of his fire suit, which is just a remarkable look. Then coming around to the back, we have back torso print and no more leg printing. Taking his hairpiece off, we do see he has a happy face. Displaying is his serious face, because he is an aggressive race car driver. So that is the minifigure. This minifigure to me is really, really awesome. I really like this. I can't believe that they did this. Continuing on with what I cannot believe Lego did, the car. So I believe in elephants in the room, and let's go ahead and let's get those out of the way. For starters, we have a mixture of stickers and printed elements. Secondary, we have a thing with the wheels. We'll talk more about that. Let's just start off with the general look of the car. We do have this nice stand. It is built really simple. It is held on with some basic Technic elements that do detach from the body pretty easily. And that does highlight the vehicle. It does seem like in 1988, Ayrton Senna had a year, a lot like how Max Verstappen had in 2023, where it was really record pushing. And that is why they centered this around the 88 MP4-4. Anyway, that is the stand. The vehicle on the side, it says Shell. That is a sticker element with a Shell logo, also a sticker element. Number 12, which was his car number in that year, sticker element. Powered by Honda, printed element. Going around to the other side, same deal. Printed, sticker, sticker, sticker. Well, what we would expect. The McLaren up here is a printed element. We do have a Senna badge back here, sticker element. We do have some printed on the back of the nose there and here. Talk more on that in a minute. We do have a printed tag Heuer on the windscreen. And then this whole front nose cone is printed along with the shells. Now on the side is a sticker element that says McLaren and another right there that is a sticker element. I think that is all the stickers. We do have two printed elements to represent the engine vents right over on those parts. Now, again, looking at the vehicle, we have a lot of system brick usage, which is really nice. I'm thinking that these are the new suspension components made to support the car. We do have working steering. I do like the design of the car really well. I love all the vents, the slopes, the curves. I think they did a really good job on making all the parts. There we have the back, really nice detailed. Now let's talk about the wheels. Once you see it, you kind of can't unsee it. No matter what, I am super thankful for this car and them making it. It is just incredible. But I do have to point out the fact that maybe down the line, if this is successful, maybe they'll make more of these, and that'll allow them to make the additional part. But a wider rear wheel would have been a little bit more accurate, and it is a definite visually aesthetic thing that I thought I could look past, but now that I'm looking at it, I do need that wider rear wheel. But regardless, this is incredible. With the new parts, we have the suspension, we also have the tires. Those are some of the new parts that are featured on this set to make it happen. The other thing is, besides the wheel, is this McLaren wing. Now this thing looks really, really oddball, because if you take off the 1x8 tile up there at the top, it says McLaren on the 2x6. But then, to give it that profile of the car, you just put that right on top. So, depends on how you look at it. It looks really kind of funny. Maybe printing the McLaren on the side. I mean, they could print that little square. Maybe they could have printed right there. Sticker? I don't know. But something could have been done about that. Other things with the print I did want to point out is I feel like maybe 2 layers of white in the same spot may have resolved this. But it is a little pinkish on the red. The white is just a little bit too thin. I'm really digging here. This thing is just really amazing to look at. The more you look at it, the more you see so many details. I'm really loving this set. And one of the things I'm really loving about this set is there's a lot of imperfection with this set. If you go back into old Lego, you will see that they didn't have a lot of parts, say the stud bug from 2008, to make something perfect. And you see that carried in with this. They're not used to making F1 cars of this scale. I think it's 123, I think it said. You're not used to seeing that with a system build. Technic, yes. And because of that, we don't have the system parts. So you do get a really interesting looking front spoiler, which is really chunky. And you do get some really interesting sharp lines where you should have curves. And some weird areas with the wing. But I think that weirdness actually pays in its favor because it's like a homage to the OG Lego. Continuing on with everything, we do have a back piece back here that does lift off, and it does reveal that inner engine. And the part usage in this engine is just amazing. It's really beautiful. It looks to be it's probably a turbocharged 6-cylinder from the looks of it. I love these silver elements mixed in with the pearl silver elements. I think all that looks really well. Now, here is the hidden detail that I wanted to show you. I was going to stop the camera, but then I looked at the instructions and I see no matter what, it's going to show. If you look right here, you see green, yellow, and blue. Now, throughout this build, hidden inside, anytime that they needed a filler brick, it was green, yellow, and blue. It's under the motor. It's in various spots. Even if you look right here, you can see yellow. And if you guys remember the helmet, yellow, blue, and green. Is that a coincidence that they use the filler bricks to be basically his brand's colors? Or not? I mean, I'm leaning towards that is a detail that Lego put in there that is really awesome. Putting the cover back on is really simple. Just clicks in right into place. And that takes us into the interior. The interior is very, well, it's an F1 car, everybody. To make the dash panel, I don't know how much you guys can see in there. It is a normal control panel for like a Star Wars ship. Ayrton drove a Star Wars fighter? No, I'm just kidding. You know, Lego had to make use of their printed parts, and that's what they did. So they used a 2x1 printed tile that you see in Star Wars sets. They used a traditional brick as one of the levers inside of the cockpit, and then one of the compass-looking elements to make the shifter, I believe. Normal steering wheel and normal system bricks with a Technic brick to make that center. Now, taking the car off the stand for the one last thing, is the suspension flexible? Well, it's only flexible by, you know, the tolerance of plastic. So if we're looking at it, I mean, it does move. And honestly, it's about as tight as I would expect an F1 car to be. So if you know it's not made to move, it still has that flex. And I think that's really cool that it does have some flex. As you're seeing me test this, you're also seeing me take the stand on and off, which is really cool for you guys, because now you guys are getting a sense of the stand. Just goes in right there. Negative studs all along the bottom, really flat surface. One little picky thing that maybe I'm wrong on, you can correct me in the comments, but I did read that all F1 cars have a board underneath, and that is like their tolerance of how low to the ground that they can be. Even on the high-tech cars of today, they still have that piece of wood, from what I understand. It would have been cool to get it. It would have been cool. Anyway, it would have been cool to see that, represented somehow on the bottom. But we do have that plate there and that plate there to kind of like hold things together. So that is my review of the MP4-4 McLaren Ayrton Senna. I really had to pick out the little issues in order to have something to talk about, because all I really want to do is sit here and stare at it and just say how thankful I am and just admire it, because it is strangely beautiful and it is up to scale with a normal Icon's vehicle, even though it doesn't have over 700 pieces. I mean, this is great. So let's come out and let's wrap up this video. So here we are at the end of our first review video of our new March release sets. I could not have picked a more fun, simpler build to do this. If you guys watch my videos in the order that they come out, you will know. Earlier today, I got home from the Lego store, made that video, edited and uploaded that video, and immediately made this video. So to make 2 videos in one day to cover about 12 hours worth of content between the first and the second, I had to pick a really good build in order to do that. And it came down to this or the sorting hat that you've seen in yesterday's video. And the sorting hat has some interesting parts that I want to take my time in discovering and making a good video about for you guys. So then that left one candidate, and that was this one. And I think honestly, without all that technical analysis, I would have built this one first anyway. I mean, right now, we're just about ready to start the F1 season. I think tomorrow, the 2nd, is going to be the race. So this will come out on the first race at Bahrain. And it's just parallel and unity, and it's perfect. This set will set you back at about $80 US. And I have a policy, if you've watched my videos for a long time, that if it's $100 and it's from Lego, that is dirt cheap. I mean, Lego is a very expensive product, so the best sets you can get for around $100 is something to definitely be noted, and this is definitely, so far, the best set under $100. That sorting hat may come in close with that talking brick. We'll see when we get down to that video. I'm already thinking of the awards ceremony, 11 months from now, 10 months from now, and I can't wait to put this in there. I mean, I'm super happy. So $80 US, I definitely recommend it to any F1 fan. Even pushing that a little bit further, if you have a parent that loves F1 and you want to get them into Lego, this might even be a great Father's Day or birthday gift for your dad, because he probably grew up watching Ayrton Senna on the track, and now you have a way to get him into Lego. With that, I just want to say, if you guys want to support the channel, there's 2 ways to do it. Number 1, you can hit that thanks button right down below. Doing that, you can leave a small little donation that funds the Lego all around me and getting new sets to review here on the channel. Also, mocks and city work. If that's not your jam, then you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button and follow along for all the cool Lego stuff that we're doing on the channel. As you guys can see, we do Lego reviews, and we do Lego reviews across almost all types of sets. I really don't have a preference and a barrier, because I love to build. We also do mocks, city, all types of things. So if you guys want to follow along with the Lego journey, hit that subscribe button. Other things you guys can do is share this video with your friends, comment your thoughts on the video down below, and like the video. And with that, I have a surprise video coming out tomorrow. I usually don't release videos on the 3rd of the month, but I have one special for you guys in the terms of a mock. So you might want to check that out. And on that one, y'all have a good one, and thank you for watching.